I am Karen from Karen Clark Creations, an artsy introvert. In this video, I'll be working on Friends Season 1, Episode 12, the one with the dozen lasagnas. I had a plan for this episode and I changed it last minute. I have 15 episodes planned out, and when I got to this one, it just didn't feel right. So I thought about it and I changed it up and I decided to go this route. It just makes more sense. Ross is having a son, and we learned that in this episode, and I just thought that was such a big deal that we should highlight that and bring joy to that. So I just imagined that there was a baby shower at some point and they might have used blue and yellow balloons to decorate, so here we are. The line that truly inspired me was when Rachel lets it slip that Ross is having a boy, and then he keeps repeating, I'm having a boy, and then he says, I'm having a boy. I really enjoy that line, and so I was kind of thinking, when I wrote this out, it's a boy. My original idea was a close-up of some of the foosball players, because Chandler and Joey go table shopping in this episode, and they can't agree on what style to buy. I think one of them wanted birds and one of them wanted insects. And, they ended up getting frustrated with each other. And then we learned that they decided to, skip the actual kitchen table where you sit down and eat. Let's just get a foosball table instead. And that is just so bachelor pad and Chandler and Joey. And it's great. I will probably be painting something along those lines later because the foosball table is going to be around for a very long time, so I have plenty of opportunities, but I didn't have that many opportunities for something like this, so I think this works really well. Also works out with the page. It turned out really cute, the whole page. Other ideas I had were lasagnas, because it's the one with a dozen lasagnas, but been there, done that. I don't want to do another lasagna. A tent, because of Phoebe's line, oh, Boy Scouts could have slept under there, when telling the gang about Paolo making a pass at her while she's massaging him. Oatmeal raisin cookies, because we learned that Phoebe makes the best oatmeal raisin cookies, and Rachel learns this about her when Phoebe has to tell Rachel that Paolo makes a pass at her. And last was a roll of paper towels, because I think it's hilarious when Rachel goes for one paper towel while eating her oatmeal raisin cookie and unrolls a slew of them across the kitchen before tearing off one. Cracks me up every time, so I thought that could be fun. But in the end, this "it's a boy" just made sense. Ben isn't a huge he's not a huge character. He is a character in the show, but he lives with Carol and Susan, so I wanted to celebrate him when he's first coming and the excitement that Ross had. So I made a very light background here because the white of the banner needed to stick out. I don't plan on painting the banner, it's just going to be white. So I just made a muddy mix to make a very beigey wall color. And then I decided to use Indanthrone Blue to paint the blue balloons. And that is because I used those colors. Well, I used Indanthrone Blue in the other two paintings on this page. And it's such a lovely blue color. I really enjoy it. And then I used Hansa Yellow Light, because it's kind of typical to do yellow for baby shower because it's neutral. So then maybe they were doing yellow and then threw in the blue. I think it worked. It's cheerful. It's cute. So I did like a wet on wet technique with these. I wet the balloons and then dropped in more color. And I kept the darkness down towards the bottom and the sides of the balloon because I figure the light is coming from the top, so it makes it look like a highlight on the top. I think it's really beautiful when you can use that technique. Really, they could have had a more bright highlight, but I like this, so I went with this. Next I'm going to use the Indanthrone Blue again, but in a very strong mix. I didn't add that much water, and I'm going to paint the blue buntings. I wanted them to be kind of like a navy and to be a definite contrast to the white banner and the pale, not pale, but a light value in balloon. It's going to be a little hard to see here. Maybe not. I feel like it is, but maybe not. I tucked the very tippy end of that pointed bunting behind the banner. I just thought that would be kind of fun. Just one of those little details that I thought, oh, let's just see how that works. And on the page, it's pretty cute. So this one drew up fast and it painted fast as well. I have this sped up, but it was under 20 minutes, maybe including drying time, 18 or 20 minutes. So it went up very fast. I really enjoyed it. Sometimes these simple ones are just as enjoyable as sitting down and committing to an hour-long painting. But I was able to get this one done yesterday before I clocked into my full-time job, and it felt great to get it done. I have gotten out my Pigma Micron Pen in size 08. It's kind of thick. It's not the thickest I have, but it's kind of thick. I typically go for the really, really fine point pens, but this one needed to be a little bit beefier. I didn't want to go too thick on the writing of this because it's so tiny that, you know, maybe they just use a Sharpie. Well, if they use a Sharpie and we blow it up, it's gonna look this fine, shrunk down small. Is that too much thought into it? Probably. I just wanted it to be like this, so I did it like this. Unfortunately, you can't really tell that's an exclamation point on the end because it's behind the balloon, but whatever. I love it. It turned out great. I'm going to remove the tape and show you the rest of the page. This was Season 1, Episode 12. Let me know in the comments what you think about this episode of Friends and my painting. Give me a like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications of newly uploaded videos because the next episode will be out soon.